YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with yet another Washington football team video, and in today's video, it's that time of the week. It's been a long bye week. You know, we haven't played a game since last Sunday versus the Dallas Cowboys. Not this Sunday that just passed, but the other Sunday, because we're fresh off our bye week. It's that time of the week where we predict the game versus our next opponent, and our next opponent is the New York stinking Giants. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington football team. Roll the intro, baby. We are Washington. Let's get it.
We Washington, we Washington, we Washington, we Washington, man, we Washington.
So, it is time yet again. It felt like that one bye week. It felt like we haven't seen them play in like a year. You know what I'm saying? I miss seeing the boys play, but we got to take advantage of the divisional foe, man. Last time we, played the New York Giants, we all know the outcome. Before we even, played in my preview video, I said that we were going to win and do all of that, and I was so confident, and then they let me down. But it feels like this team is a different team, and we played them 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and it feels like that team has changed since then. And we haven't added anybody, we haven't lost anybody, but it just feels like that this is a whole different team. Matter of fact, we did add somebody. Brandon Sheriff is now back, so it's like I don't know what it is. I just feel like this team is different. And let's preview this game versus the New York Giants, baby. I'm excited, man. I really think that we're going to take care of business this time. And I know I said that last time, but I'm really for sure this time. I feel like, honestly, it's not even going to be close. Now, they do scare me a little bit because of how close they kept it with Tampa Bay, that defense. But now, since we're division foes and we play them twice a year, and we've seen how they've, played us the first game, I think we have a good glimpse of how we're going to play them. That first game, we didn't have Steven Sims. It seems like we're going to have Steven Sims. The only people that didn't practice today was Dontre Emmett and Geron Christian. Dontre Emmett has a hamstring injury, and Geron Christian is still suffering with that knee. Everyone else was full participated, so it seems like we're going to have Isaiah Wright back, we're going to have Steven Sims back, and Robert Foster is going to make his debut. So, actually, we did add some more people, or just one person. But I really feel like this game isn't going to be close. I feel like we're going to blow them out, honestly. The Giants, their record doesn't say how they played this season. They actually play competitive in every single game. Honestly, this New York Giants team should be 5-3. At best 5-3, at worst what their record is now. If they just had average QB play, they would be 5-3. And who does that sound like? That sounds like exactly how we are. We're all in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? We both missed on first round quarterbacks, us being Dwayne Haskins and them being Daniel Jones. It seems like we're in the same boat. We both have dominant defenses, and if we just had average QB play, we would both be, 5-3, 4-4, and stuff like that. But unfortunately, we both suffer from bad QB play. But it seems like Kyle Allen is finally turning that page. Even in that Giants game, the first time, outside of that interception and that fumble, he played really solid. He, drove us down the field. He drove us down the field again, for the game-tying drive, potentially tying drive. So he actually has sustained a lot of good drives in that New York Giants game, but unfortunately we lost by 1 point. But it was a gamble, and unfortunately we came out on the short end of the sticks. But it happens. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's called the gamble. Now, with this game, I think it's not even going to be close. I feel like we're going to get out to a fast start. We're fresh off a bye week. The Giants are coming in on a short week. They had a Monday night game versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I feel like if we can limit Darius Slayton, then we can really be good. Because Evan Ingram has the case of the dropsies, you know what I'm saying? Their running game isn't really percolating. Wayne Gallman is solid, but I don't expect him to kill us by himself. I don't think they're getting Devontae Freeman back. They had Alfred Morris. Alfred Morris had a few good carries, but outside of Darius Slayton and possibly Wayne Gallman, they don't really have anyone that scares me. Now, they could say the same thing for us. Outside of Terry McLaurin, they don't have anyone that scares them, or Antonio Gibson, they don't have anyone that scares them. But I really just feel like we're going to blow them out, man. I just feel like this team is finally catching its stride, but I won't be surprised if we do somehow, make it close. I just hope we win, but my prediction and my fandom says we're going to blow them out. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to this keys to victory versus the New York Giants. One, get after Daniel Jones. The first time we played Daniel Jones, we did not send no type of pressure. You know what I'm saying? I believe we had, one sack that game? If not even if one. I think we had one. I think it was Kerrigan. It was Kerrigan with the only sack of the day, and we just didn't have any pressure that game. You know what I'm saying? Dial up some blitzes. You know what I'm saying? Exotic blitzes. Blitz Cameron Curl. You know what I'm saying? Blitz John Bostic up the middle. Just do some exotic blitzes, Jack Del Rio. Don't be scared. You see what happened when Daniel Jones is under pressure and under duress. He folds and he throws interceptions. We already know Daniel Jones is good for 2 interceptions at least, so we should already expect that. My boy Kendall Fuller's going to get one. I'm just playing, but it just seems like Daniel Jones is that kind of quarterback. So I'm expecting at least 1 turnover from Daniel Jones, and I really believe that we're going to, get after him this time. You know what I'm saying? They seen how the first game it was a lack of, blitzing and getting after Daniel Jones, that they're going to try to change it up this time. I really do feel like that we're going to get after this guy and force havoc. I mean, we did solid. We made him create a couple turnovers, but those weren't turnovers really by us. Those were turnovers more so by him. You know what I'm saying? Being mental mistakes. The interception to Kendall Fuller, and I believe he threw another interception. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know the Kendall Fuller one was really his fault. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't really do a good job of creating turnovers by our defense, but it was more so him making the turnovers. So if we can, make him make turnovers, then we could definitely win this game in a dominant fashion. The next thing is continue to establish the offense in the run game. You know what I'm saying? The run game was really good versus the Dallas Cowboys. Antonio Gibson actually went over 100 yards that game, and he's a monster, dog. He really is. And I feel like we got to continue to establish the run game, and then when we establish the run game, that's going to open up more play action deep balls to Scary Terry. We already seen what he did to Trayvon Diggs. You know what I'm saying? So more of the run game percolating, that opens up more of the play action passing game. We get Steven Sims back. We get Isaiah Wright back. We're elevating, I believe, Robert Foster to the active day roster, especially if Dontrell Inman can't go. So tomorrow is really going to be the big day to decide if Dontrell Inman and Jerron Christian can go. If Dontrell Inman can't go, then we're going to have to elevate Robert Foster, maybe even Jeff Badet to the active roster. And not to mention, I really believe that Cam Sims is going to have a big day, because last time we played the New York Giants, he's the sole reason why we had that game time potentially touchdown to send it into overtime. And Cam Sims has been balling. Bleacher Report predicted this guy to be one of the best players in the second half of the 2020 season. Next key on my list, we have to take advantage of that weak secondary. Outside of James Bradberry, their secondary really isn't weak. I mean, it really isn't good. I feel like Jabril Peppers is playing solid. You know what I'm saying? He's playing okay. But we have to take advantage of that weak secondary. James Bradberry has been the only one in that secondary being consistent throughout the whole season. So I feel as though that takes me back to my other point. If we establish the run game, we could really open up the playbook and take advantage of that secondary. I can't even name you their cornerback off the top of my head, and Jabril Peppers and James Bradberry are the only two people that I know in their secondary. Next key on my list is that we have to take advantage of their lack of weapons. This goes for the defense. Defense, shut them down. You know what I'm saying? Outside of Darius Slayton, who else do they have? You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people are gonna say we still have to respect Evan Ingram, but I don't respect Evan Ingram, because that first game he really didn't do anything that much. I think he had maybe 2 catches that game, and then still he has the case of the dropsies. So I'm not really expecting a lot out of Evan Ingram. If we could just take away Darius Slayton and force him to go to his other options, like maybe a Golden Tate, maybe a Caden Smith, you know what I'm saying, Evan Ingram, then they beat us that way. But if you take away Darius Slayton and make sure he's out of the game, I feel really comfortable where we at. It's not a lot to beat this team, you know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of executing the play calling on offense and defense. Just don't allow the big plays and actually score. Next key on my list is to continue to convert on third down. We did an exceptional job of converting on third down. I think we were 60% completing on third downs versus the Dallas Cowboys. So if we can continue to have numbers like that and even more rise them in this game, or even rise them even more in this game, we should be in good hands versus the New York Giants. It's not really, like I said, a lot to beat this team. It's just a matter of execution. I really believe that this game is going to be different. I feel like this team is going to come out here with a purpose and a chip on their shoulder because they know know that they have a chance to win this division, and they know that they don't want to get swept by the New York Giants. So, with that being said, I feel like this team is going to win this game 31-16. Now, I know that doesn't seem like a blowout, but trust me, considering the fact of how close that game was last time we played them, it's a blowout in my books. Nah, for real. Like, comment, subscribe. It's me, boy One Guy. I just want to come on here quickly to give you guys my prediction and keys to victory. I feel like that we really are going to control this game from start to finish. Like, comment, subscribe. Host of Washington Football Team. It's your boy One Gotti. I'm out. Put your predictions down below. Peace.